What if the Titanic never sank? One of history's greatest tragedies might have turned into one of its proudest triumphs. Let's dive in. In 1912, the Titanic was the largest and most luxurious ship ever built. It was designed by Harland and Wolff shipbuilders in Belfast, Ireland, and owned by the White Star Line. At 882 feet long, with lavish dining halls, a swimming pool, and state-of-the-art technology, it was nicknamed the unsinkable ship. But on April 14, 1912, during its maiden voyage from Southampton to New York, disaster struck. The Titanic hit an iceberg in the icy waters of the North Atlantic Ocean near Newfoundland. Just after midnight on April 15th, the ship broke apart and sank. Of the 2,224 passengers and crew, more than 1,500 people lost their lives, making it one of the deadliest peacetime maritime disasters in history. The tragedy shocked the world and exposed serious flaws. Not enough lifeboats, poor emergency procedures, and overconfidence in technology. In response, governments introduced strict safety laws, like requiring enough lifeboats for all, 24-hour radio watch, and international ice patrols to monitor the seas. But imagine if the Titanic had survived that night. It would have become a living legend, a floating palace crossing the Atlantic for years. The White Star Line would have dominated luxury travel, and Titanic's name might symbolize human achievement rather than tragedy. Without the sinking, however, many safety reforms might have been delayed. Ships could have continued sailing with limited lifeboats and weaker safety measures, possibly leading to even bigger disasters later. On the other hand, Titanic might have inspired even grander ships even sooner, changing the entire pace of naval engineering. So if the Titanic never sank, history might remember it as the greatest ship ever built. Yet ironically, the world could have been less safe at sea. Sometimes, even in tragedy, change is born that saves countless lives afterward.